Hey there, welcome back into Occupy Democrats. And Donald Trump exudes the very existence of the cliche, no good deed goes unpunished. Because in Trump's history, if you're nice to him or say nice things, he loves you. But the second you do any form of anything negative that he's not perfect, he'll flip on you like a fish out of water. And that is the core of this breaking story and one comedian named Bill Maher. You have got to see what Trump just did once again on Truth Social, losing his mind. Because remember, Bill Maher said this back when Donald Trump first came down the escalator here.
And finally, new rule. Now that the Trump phenomenon seems to have peaked, Americans must ask themselves, why? Why for so long was there one set of rules for everyone who's ever run for president, and then suddenly a completely new set for this Donald Trump person? Because when it comes to lowering the bar, he really raised the bar. It's been a year and a day since Donald Trump descended on an escalator to announce he was running for president, and since then, he's just kept on descending.
And then at his first RNC convention, Bill Maher said this.
You were watching the convention last night. You're probably watching now from your panic room. Did you see? Wow. Did you see Donald Trump's speech? If that speech was any darker, it would be shot by the police. It made me nostalgic for the lighthearted remarks of Rudy Giuliani.
But over the last 10 years, Maher, in his own way, has given the Democrats a lot of crap, which is fine, pushed towards the middle, which is fine, and he even decided to go have dinner with Donald Trump, for which he was excoriated, but had this commentary.
I'm not the leader of anything, except maybe a contingent of centrist-minded people who think there's got to be a better way of running this country than hating each other every minute.
And yet, even though Bill Maher tried, the truth of the matter is, last night on his show, he ripped Donald Trump to shreds. And of course, when you do that, Donnie the Dipstick is going to lose his mind. And he did. Check out this breaking story as Trump wakes up once again playing on his phone in Truth Social.
Trump erupts over waste of time dinner with jerk Bill Maher in unhinged tirade. President Donald Trump launched into a near 500-word spiel Saturday to voice his regret over having hosted comedian Bill Maher at the White House, calling the television host a jerk who displayed zero confidence during their recent time together. Writing on his social media platform Truth Social, Trump said that Maher came to the White House recently for dinner at the request of a mutual friend, and that Maher's behavior was much different than what he expected. He was extremely nervous, had zero confidence in himself, and, to soothe his nerves, immediately within seconds asked for a vodka tonic, Trump wrote. He said to me, "I've never felt like this before. I'm actually scared." In one respect, it was somewhat endearing. Anyway, we had a great dinner. It was quick, easy, and he seemed to be a nice guy, and for his first show after our dinner, he was very respectful about our meeting. However, watching the most recent episode of Maher's show, Real Time with Bill Maher, Trump apparently wasn't amused. In any event, it was a total waste of time for me to have this jerk at the White House and last night, Trump wrote. Fortunately, his television ratings are so low that nobody will learn about his various fake news statements about me. He is no different than Kimmel, Fallon, or Colbert, but I must admit slightly more talented.
And to me, the core of this story brings to light something very clear about Donald Trump that doesn't, to me, have anything to do with his age. He's been like this his entire life. But you have to go back and listen to the quote he said in 2015. He said, "People love me so much that I could walk down Fifth Avenue and shoot someone and I wouldn't lose a vote." And when you go inside the core of that statement, that is someone who is so self-identified as perfect. Skip the king, skip the dictator. Those are all results of that thinking. Those are all results of that psyche. You know, Michael Wolff likes to say, everything Donald Trump touches burns to the ground. Well, that may be true, but in Trump's mind, he is who he is. And the problem with that is all the people around him have adopted this philosophy that he literally can do no wrong. And yet, as we've seen since coming down that escalator in 2015, more often than not, probably 90 to 95% of the time, the truth is no one will just stand up and point like the little boy in the story and say, "The emperor has no clothes." And at some point, they will. And that is when it will be over. You guys enjoy your Valentine's Day. Like and share the video and stay frosty.